Hi, my name's Terry. I want to share with everyone what I've learned recently from this book that I bought. It is about your soul contract. So, like, what your soul wanted to accomplish coming into this lifetime. Um, I personally I'm not really scared about dying. I'm terrified of not learning what I need to learn or do what I'm supposed to do so that I'm going to have to come back and do this life again. This so far hasn't been super easy. So, my biggest fear is having to come back and do this again because I didn't know what I was supposed to work on. I didn't maybe know what my talents are. And I didn't have any idea why my soul even came here in the first place. And then once I found this out, I thought, oh my gosh, everybody needs to know this. Like, everyone needs to know this. So, and yes, as you can see, I've bought all the books. I've taken all the master classes. I've courses. I mean, I can't even think of all the stuff I've done. It's been consistently a part of my life that I've done this. And nothing has ever explained to me what I need to do like this. So, this is where I found this. And you can just find this on Amazon, Your Soul Contract Decoded. And there's the author's name, but it is a game changer. And using your name, so the premise is you use your name, the name that you were given at birth on your birth certificate, and each one of your letters is associated with a number. And so then you're doing these calculations, and then there's areas that these numbers will go in that then they tell you, like, here's in your karma areas. There's two different karma areas, two different talent areas, two goal areas, and a soul destiny. So your karma is stuff you need to work on. And it's specifically your physical karma. That's the very first thing you should work on, because if you're not getting through that or making some headway with your physical karma, the rest of your chart, it's going to be tough going to get any traction with the rest of it unless you address that physical karma first. So, in this video, I'm going to show you how to calculate these things so that then you can go back and look and read and find out what you need to do to, transform these areas. And even if you have a talent, you may not have known that was your talent. And you're like, "Oh my gosh, I should be doing this. This is something I'm good at," which is the only reason I'm doing this too. That I never would have done this. I never would have made videos, never would have done anything on social media. I'm just not that person. I'm the person running from the camera when somebody breaks one out. So, turns out one of my talents is this. One of my talents is teaching people, is using my voice. It's all those things. And so I just think this is going to change your life. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain how the process works. I'm going to put up a slide of the numbers so that you can just pause the video, and then you can write out your name, full, middle, and full name, first, middle, and last. And then each of those letters has a number associated with it. And then before we start, I'll do a little thing on combination numbers too, because sometimes two letters together are just one number instead of like broken out. But I'll talk about that in a minute. So let's get started on that, and I'm just super excited for you. So let's talk about combination letters before I put up the chart with the letters to numbers. If you have a combination letter, and you'll see that on the chart, so look for that right away in your name. Look for any combination letters first, because we'll take the example of the name Theo. So TH is a combination letter, and if you did it separately, it would be a T would be 9 and an H would be 5. And so that would not be the correct calculation. So in this case, a TH is a number 22. So that's the correct way to do it. So just make sure you look for any combination letters first. And then also the last M or the last P in your name. So it would be your last name, because it would be the very last M or P has a different number associated with it than just a M or P somewhere else in your name. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put up the chart. Okay, I'm going to use my name as an example. So I've already got my full name out here with each number that is associated with each letter in my name right underneath it. You'll have to pause the video again because you need to write down these 6 things. You can write the soul destiny too. That's something we're going to do after we get this calculation done. But these have to be in order. So 1 physical karma, 2 spiritual karma, 3 physical talents, 4 spiritual talents, 5 physical goals, 6 spiritual goals. So make sure those are in that order. Now we're going to start with physical karma, and we're also going to start with this first T in our name. And we're going to go down this list and across the name. So first we're going to start with this T, which is 9. Then we're going to this E, which is 5. Then we're going to this R, which is 20. The next R, which is 20. This I, which is 10. And then this L, which is 12. So while you're doing this, I forgot to tell you, you're probably doing this on a piece of paper. So you're going to want to cross these numbers off as you log them in down here. That way you don't skip a number or put a double of something in, because that's going to mess up your calculation. So we left off with this L12 right here, down here. Now we're going to go back up to the top and start again. So, and put a little plus sign because we're going to add these all up. So left off with the L12. Now we're on this E5. So that's a 5. Now we're on this A, which is a 1. And then down here, we've got the second A right here, which is also a 1. And then moving down, we've got this L12. And then the T, which is 9. And this E, which is 5. So now back up to the top again till we finish the whole name. E, which is 5, is what we left off on. This R, which is 20, is next. And then the G, which is 3. The O, which is 6. And then the last 2 T's in the name, which are 9. So plus 9 there and plus 9 there. So now we've finished our whole name. So now we're going to put equal signs to add all these together. So this one is 34. This one is 9. This one's 27. This one's 41. This one's 28. And this one is 17. Okay. So now that we have that, we need to work on these numbers. And here's our rules going forward. We're going to calculate 2 different numbers, a left-hand number and a right-hand number for each of these areas. Each physical, spiritual, karma, each of these areas get a right-hand number and a left-hand number. The left-hand number is calculated by anything that you get that is more than 22. So if you're at 22, you're good. That is, you just leave that alone because it's 22. But anything over 22 has to be reduced. And it only gets reduced the one time, just so it's below, just so it's 22 or below. That's all you need to do for the left-hand number. Just make sure that it's 22 or below. The right-hand number is calculated by reducing the left-hand number as far as it can possibly get reduced. So you'll see how we do that as I'm going through mine up here. So let's start with this physical karma area. 34 is more than 22, so we have to reduce that. So 3 plus 4 equals 7. 7 is our right-hand number. I mean, our left-hand number, sorry. 7 is our left-hand number. So now we need to calculate this right-hand number by reducing the left-hand number as far as it can possibly go. Well, the 7 is already reduced as far as it can possibly go because 7 plus 0 is 7. So our right-hand number is also 7 for this physical karma area. Here we have a 9 for spiritual karma. 9 is already a 22 or less, so we don't have to do anything with that. We just move that over, and that is our left-hand number. So the right-hand number is same. It's already reduced as far as it can go, so 9 is also our right-hand number. This one is more than 22, so we need to reduce it. 2 plus 7 equals 9. So we're good there. We just leave that. It only needs to be 22 or less. And then, as you can see, it's already reduced. So 9 is also the right-hand number for this physical talent area. This one is more than 22, so we have to reduce. 4 plus 1 equals 5. So 5 is our left-hand number. And then same thing, it's already reduced. So 5 is also our right-hand number for spiritual talents. This one is more than 22, so we have to reduce. 2 plus 8 equals 10. Okay, so now we just leave that alone because it's at 22 or less, so we're good. We're just going to leave that be. That's our left-hand number. So now, going down here, this right-hand number, we have to reduce that left-hand number as far as it can go. So this 10 here needs to be reduced, which is 1 plus 0 equals 1. So now my right-hand number is a 1. Now we're going down here. 17 is already less. It's 22 or less, so we don't need to do anything with that. So we just move it on over. That is our left-hand number. So our right-hand number, we reduce this left-hand number as far as it can possibly go. So 1 plus 7 equals 8. That's as far as we can reduce it. So my right-hand number is 8. Okay, so now we have all of our numbers for each of these areas. Next, we're going to do our soul destiny. It's kind of the same concept, but just a little bit different calculation. So for the soul destiny, we're going to add all of our left-hand numbers up. So that would be 7 plus 9 plus 9 plus 5 plus 10 plus 17. And that equals 57. So to get our left-hand number for the soul destiny, it's more than 22, so that rule still applies. It's more than 22, so we're going to have to reduce. So 5 plus 7 equals 12. And we're good there. We just leave it be because it's 22 or less. So that's our number. That's our left-hand number. Now, the right-hand number, we're going to add all of these right-hand numbers up. So the only difference is we're not using this left-hand number to calculate the right-hand number. We're calculating them using all of the right-hand numbers. So it's its own calculation, but the rule still applies that it has to be reduced as far as it can go. So we're doing 7 plus 9 plus 9 plus 5. And then plus here, we're on this 1 right here, plus 1 plus 8. And that equals 39. So now we need to, because it's a right number, we need to, but leave out this part because we're not worried about the left-hand number right now. We're only doing this calculation, but we still need to reduce it down as far as it can possibly go. So 3 plus 9 equals 12. So now 12 still needs to be reduced. 12 can still get reduced down farther. So then we keep reducing. So 1 plus 2 equals 3. Now we're down as far as we possibly can go for that right-hand number. So the right-hand number for the soul destiny is a 3. Okay, I hope this made sense. Just remember, Soul Destiny is a little different, but for these 6 areas, your left-hand number is calculated by just reducing to get to 22 or less. So if you have the number 22 there, that's fine. You just leave it be because it's 22 or less. So reduce until you get there for the left-hand number and then stop. The right-hand number is the left-hand number, and you reduce it as far as it can possibly go. And then the Soul Destiny, add up all your left-hand numbers and then just reduce so it's 22 or less and stop. And then the right-hand number is add up all of your right-hand numbers and then reduce as far as it can possibly go. Okay, I hope you're super excited. I hope you made it through there. And if you did and you have your numbers, then all you need to do is click on the link in the description on this video, go back to my website, and then at the top of every page is a category called the numbers. So once you find your pair of numbers, whichever you're going to start with, but start with the physical karma first, then click on those numbers and go read all about, if it's what you need to do, karma, talent, goals, whatever, and then support in there for overcoming this, transforming it. If you're a little worried about the math, I'm not a math person either. If you've ever watched me try to calculate a tip in my head, it is both hilarious and painful. But to me, this math is like you're just following the breadcrumbs, right? You're looking, no, this number in this area means this. And all you have to do is get to the number, right? So if you're that person, and I'm especially like this too, I don't want to sign up for anything. I don't want to do this, do that, do the other. I just want to do it myself. I am really big about doing it myself. So if that's you, then I got you. Just learn how to calculate your numbers, go back to my website, learn all about it. If you're the other person and you're like, no, I'm not doing this. It sounds terrible. Can't you just tell me what my numbers are and tell me what to do? Yes, I certainly can. Same thing, use the link, go back to my website. I do charge a fee for this because it's a little work that I need to do, but I will calculate your numbers and I will give you a personalized report so that everything that you need to do. So you really don't need to do anything except for wait for a little bit, maybe 24 to 48 hours for me to get this done, and then you'll have everything in front of you. You don't even need to worry about it. So either way, hopefully I've covered everybody, but I'm really excited. I just can't wait for you to find out. I'm really excited. And what kind of world would this be if everyone was overcoming all their karma, working on all these like deep-rooted, crap that we need to get rid of, and then realizing what our talents are and going out in the world and doing it. I can't even. I'm so excited about this. So if you have any questions, let me know. The link to my website is down there in the description, and thank you very much for watching.